Hey, what is up YouTube? It is Harrison Barron, the Millennial Entrepreneur. Now in this video I want to talk to you guys about how to make more content. Now obviously you guys can see I am nowhere near my home office. I'm nowhere near my old office. I'm actually at a lake house with my parents and my family here in Pennsylvania, and ultimately that plays directly into making more content, right? I get a lot of excuses when I'm working with people or just hearing people in the business community. I don't know what to make content about. I don't know how to make content. I'm never in the right spot to make content. Well, I think at this point, based on what you can see, beautiful sunset, my sister floating around on a paddleboard, and I am 800-ish miles away from my office, that I could pretty much debunk all of these, right? I have a camera. I have what's called a dead cat. It's this little fluffy tail looking thing that stops the wind, but before I even had all those things, what was I gonna do about making content? And honestly, it took a lot of courage, and it was actually harder for me, in my own opinion, to make content on this, because this is always with you. But because it's always with you, it gives you the ability to make content wherever and whenever you want. So this is kind of an experiment for me, is making content anywhere. But I also included, how do you make more content, right? Well, I've mentioned that people are going to ask you typically about 100 different random questions. So those questions are going to be everything from what does your business do to how does your business help people? Why should I buy your product? These are all really valid questions, and you, being the business owner, need to be able to answer all of these, or at least most of them, either on the fly or with very, very little notice. I know it sounds kind of ridiculous, but what happens if you answer all of those questions? Well, there's gonna be a lot of things that are gonna start to happen, and this is some of the tactics that I've used to go find different questions. One, family members are weirdly enough the greatest spot or people to ask. So if you're at a family dinner, if you are out with friends, if you are, I consider friends family by the way, but if you are at a family gathering, heck, maybe it's just a family dinner, have your family and friends ask you questions. And the reason why I say that is because they're gonna ask you questions that a consumer normally wouldn't ask. So maybe your 100 questions are for all consumers, but your other questions are gonna be from family members that don't quite understand it, and they need you to break it down to their level. This is something that works really, really well for me, because most of the time when people say, hey, what do you do? I say content creation, SEO, a little bit of social media and websites, and getting more customers to your business. But then people go, well, how, right? So then I have to keep diving into the algorithms, the content creation part of it, how SEO works, what we do for SEO, and really kind of breaking it down to a toddler level. And it's not discrediting any of them, but quite honestly, not everybody understands SEO and how algorithms work. Algorithms really weren't even talked about until social media was a really big thing. So these are all different questions, or one spot that I absolutely love to go to get better questions that I can make content about. So one of my questions, well, what if I'm not in my office? How do I make more content? Literally this, if you don't have a nice camera, that's fine. Go get an external microphone or keep using this microphone and just get a tripod. Tripods are ridiculously affordable. The one I'm using is currently like about $100, and it's a travel tripod. I could throw it in my car, I could beat the heck out of it, and worst comes to worst is $100. So I can make content and go just about anywhere I wanna go at any time and make content. Now, the second place that I would say go check out for good questions is actually Facebook and Facebook groups. Ask your Facebook community, hey, what's going on with this? How do I do this? What can I do about this? What are your thoughts on this? Does anybody even understand this? Is anybody struggling with this? These are people that are going to give you questions. They're going to give you content that you can then make. Facebook groups are phenomenal. There is a million Facebook groups out there. It doesn't matter if you're interested in grills. It doesn't matter if you're interested in camping. It doesn't matter if you're interested in content marketing. There are millions of groups out there. It doesn't matter if you are a Wix website builder, Squarespace website builder. There is a group on Facebook for you. Now, how does this play into this whole thing? Well, these people typically have an interest potentially in what you do, right? That's always good. They could be potential customers. But the second part of this whole process is they may or may not have done any research. And if they have done research and they can't find their answer, ding ding, that's definitely a piece of content you should make. Now, if they didn't do research and you go do the research for them to be a good community member and make content for them, you can then go do the research. And if you can make something better than they make, go do it. That is the whole premise of making content and answering people's questions. Now, not only one, do you have somebody to share this out with, but two, you know the internet is starving for this content, and that's where it comes into play, where you can then provide a solution to other people. There's a great story, actually it was on Income School, I believe. A guy was making tutorials and and blogs and videos about how to fix printers and printer issues. Sounds kind of weird, right? I would say so, and I came from the printer world because usually you just call tech support. But tech support is a laborious process with people, and there's a million questions going back and forth, and sometimes you really only need a little sliver of information to help get you to the next step. And that's essentially what this guy was doing. He was calling tech support, creating all of these articles that they didn't already have, and found a huge niche in that area. This was tremendously profitable for him. It got him more customers, it got him a ton more traffic, and he was solving lots of problems, which is ultimately where the money is. So that was 2 things. Number 3, weirdly enough, go check trends. So it doesn't matter if it's Facebook, it doesn't matter if it's Instagram, TikTok, anything like that where you can go on, or a social media platform, and it could just be other websites, it could be apps, but go on there and spend some time. Clubhouse is a great one. People are constantly talking about different topics, different ideas, different philosophies, and this is a great spot to go and just see what's trending. And heck, try your hand at making something that could be potentially trending. That's a great way to find another great piece of content that you can then go and make your own. And here's the best part. If you make longer form content, such as this, where it might be 5 or 10 minutes long, you could break that up if you want to into 30-second or 1-minute segments that can help people tremendously on a variety of different platforms. It doesn't all have to be 10-minute videos. I just happen to like 10-minute videos because it's what works for me, and sometimes I'm a little drawn out, but I also like to really kind of get into the nitty-gritty of a lot of what people don't understand. So that way when somebody says, hey, what's the answer to this, or how do I do this? Boom, there's my video. I can solve all their questions, and then they look at me as an industry expert, and that's a win-win for everybody. I look better, they get their answers, and heck, if they need more help, they can call me or my agency, and I'm happy to help them. So I hope you guys found value in this. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys are enjoying the little sunset that's happening behind me. It is freezing here in Pennsylvania. It's like 42 degrees, but I'm excited to be here with you guys. You can't skip making content. If I say I'm gonna make 120 YouTube videos, I will record the day before Mother's Day to make sure I get you guys a video. I'll see you guys later. My name is Harrison Barron, the Millennial Entrepreneur. Before you go, if you guys found value in this, hit that like button. Leave a comment below of what action you're gonna do, or if you have any other ideas on where to go find questions that people might have, and hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate it. I'll talk to you guys later.